I think we're live now. Can you check, Dirar?
الو.
I'm streaming.
انا اول لايك خاوي.
ما يحط ميوت والله عشان نستريم.
يلا ماشي.
الصوت كويس؟ سامعني شي؟ مش عارف إذا مم. في لي صوت في الستريم يا شباب إذا هذا سامعني.
ثواني والله احكي اذا حطك ميوت في الديسكورد عشان اعرف.
ميوت بالديسكورد انت.
نزل بالستريم. هسه طلع على فكرة، بيطلع بعد فترة. اوكي. سو
في لك صوت بس متاخر.
خذ خليني احكي بلش. So this is my first test stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. What will this be about is I'm going to explain this eye project that's going to explain the eye movement. So these 6 muscles are responsible for moving the eye, and it will be a short animation. If you see here, the camera is already moving. It's finished. I'm in the rendering process now. It will be out after 1 week. But today I will talk about how I did the muscles and how I did the textures as well. It will be a short and quick one. So bear with me here. So first of all, I have these muscles. It's a real simple mesh. You can easily model it with a simple cylinder, and I usually do it with a squashed circles here. If you can see, it's just a circle that has been extruded on. And if you notice, it's subdivided because I needed to easily move it around. I keep it simplified like this. So I have this rig here already that comes with a HumeGen add-on. It's a great add-on for creating human characters. So yeah, it has this bone that is responsible for moving the eyes. And for moving the muscles, I added the hooks. Some of these hooks are responsible for pinning down the tendon here, as you can see. So I'm moving to weight paint. The first hook here is responsible for pinning these 2 tendons, so it sticks to the eye. And I have auxiliary tendon hooks that is pinning somewhat the body, so it doesn't move all the way when the eye moves. So this is one stage in doing the rigging process. So if you can see here, another thing, if you can notice that when this muscle moves, its volumes change. If you can see, if you you can notice. This can be easily done by using shape keys. So if you see here, there is a shape key for eye up, down, right, and left. So each one of them is it's been driven by a driver that's being controlled by this master key, master bone. So it moves up, the eye down increases in value. When this master key moves to the right, the eye right key increases in value. And I have these two drivers, there is poly extend and poly contract. These ones are for the this one, because it wouldn't work by moving only the eye. It needs a different kind of like driver for it to work properly. So let's take a closer look into the drivers. Just wait one moment. Let me see. So if we go into the driver editor in here, you can see how each value is being expressed by a different expression. So first of all, you need to indicate a certain variable. So first of all, this variable is the height. Now, which height? It's the bone, the master bone. Z location. This one is for the eye up. And this is the driver. So I'm mapping this expression basically is saying that this value is being mapped from the master position to the value position. So this is the minimum position, it's 1.634 meters, and this is the max position, and this is the lowest and highest value for the driver, for the shape key basically. And yeah, this is the setup, as you can see here. Some have these independent. Some muscles have independent driver values. Some are dependent on two shape keys drivers, like this one. This one is being driven by the eye turning to right and up, because this muscle is the one responsible for rotating the eye to the right and to up at the same time. If you can see here at the end, the eye turns to this angle, and the muscle contracts here. Same way with the pulley here. Here, as you can see, it gives a natural look. And that's basically it for the rig. Moving on for the textures now. Before I move to the texturing process, you have to have your UV unwrap being unwrapped in a certain way for it to work, to have this nice muscle fibers effect. So if you see here, the seams are being placed strategically to have this like vertical placement. So I'm placing a seam here and a seam here, and one for the face over here. So let's say hypothetically, if I unwrap now, I have this. This could work as a start, but the fibers wouldn't look normal sometimes, because I'm using a vertical fiber texture. If you can see here, it's not placed for in a way to follow this shape, you know. So to correct this issue, I'm making everything rectangular for it to work. So select both of these and make sure to select individual origins, scale by Y 0. Select both of these and scale X 0. Now select the island, make sure this is primarily selected, so double click shift on it and press U, fully active quads. That's how you can straighten the UV maps. Moving on to Substance Painter. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the palpebrae muscle as well. This one is responsible for lifting the eyelid. So at first you have this eyelid closing, then one moment, let me turn off this music. And as you can see here, the muscle open the eyelids up. So it can look around here. And I have this skull 3D model just to have a relation to where every muscle sits. If I turn the alpha up, should be this one. Yeah, this one. The trochlea sits in a dent, let's say, and everything sits in place correctly. Moving to Substance Painter, here I have this two materials, one for the muscles, one for the bones. For the bones, it's a simple, relatively simple setup, just a base with a dirt masks for the crevices. And for the muscles, let's deactivate both of those. Yeah, so before I exported these models, I just lift this one up. It's the same UV map because in baking, it bakes in a position, and sometimes when you have mesh overlapping, it can cause some issues in your baking process. That's why I lift this muscle up, especially in the ambient occlusion map. So let's start with the muscle. Let me turn this one. It's a simple fill color here, starting with this. Then this one has a mask in it. It's called the ratio anisotropic noise. And you can see it follows the shape of the muscle perfectly, especially if you look into this one, as you can see here. And you can play around with the balance and contrast with this. I gave it a simple white color as well, and a bit of roughness and height, of course. And for the insertion color, this one is for the tendon. And I'm doing a simple check here. So if you can see here, if I turn this off, no, turn this one. Oh yeah, this one. So this how it would look like if I didn't have this fill layer. But what I'm doing is I'm making a color mask, let's say anchor point, so I can then reference it in this one. So bear around with me. So first of all, this is a simple like paint mask. You can paint it around. I'm just painting it by hand, honestly. And when I finish painting this, I go to the brushes, blur, and then I blur it around to give it a simple transition effect. After that, I give it this anchor point. So you can just right click on this mask, add an anchor point. And then you can instance it here by adding a fill layer, then adding an anchor point. This basically tells it that the mask from before, I want it now. That's how it basically works in this instance. And then I'm deleting some of the height data using the anchor point. You can see here, you can play around the levels. You can increase the multiply value. So it has a better effect on the transition between the tendon and the muscle. As we see here, this is the palpebral texture. It's a bit bumpy. These are the tendons that holds between the bone, the skull, and the palpebra and the muscle. This is the nerve. The simple yellow fill layer with a bit of roughness and some surface scattering all around. And yeah, that's basically the overview of this project. I hope you learned something new, and you can ask me anything, even in the comments. You have my email. Feel free to ask me anything. And this is the first test live stream. There will be more in the near future, and so make sure you guys stick for it. I will see you guys soon, and have a good day. Good night.